This is only the second live I've ever done. Ever. And I have zero watchers. And I have nothing to talk about. Well, that's not true. I have a lot to talk about. I'm just gonna, whoop, my battery. I'm just gonna talk if someone comes on. If not, this will be recorded. So, I just want to tell you guys about what's been going on with my health. So, I posted about all this stuff on my Instagram, 40 and Fat. That's PHAT. 40 is spelled out, so 40 and Fat. And so I've been feeling like really crappy for the past, like, I don't know how long, since probably April. And it's just been getting worse and worse. And the pain started in my feet, and then it started in my ankles and my heels, my wrists, my hands, my fingers, everything. So I just kind of like, oh, it'll go away. I know what caused it, blah, blah, blah. But it was like only in my right hand and my right foot. So it's funny because people keep getting on and then they get off. They probably aren't subscribers. Anyway, so that happened. And then the pain moved into my left foot and ankle and my left hand and fingers and my thumbs especially. It was just all very confusing because, like I said, it started in my right, and then like on my left hand I got stung by a yellow jacket, and my left shoulder too, but that was like, my shoulder was not even anything compared to my thumb. I got stung right here, and that was like 2 months ago, I think. But so I was just like, oh, it's just because I was walking last year, and I was walking on uneven sidewalk, and the right side of the sidewalk where my right foot was like this, and yeah, I was like trying to just excuse everything. So then as the pain moved to my left side these past probably 6 weeks, I was like, yeah, I don't really know why that would happen. And then it got to where probably like 3 weeks ago, I couldn't walk or stand for very long without being in a lot of pain in my ankles. And I know I supinate when I walk, but I've always supinated my whole life. It's nothing new, you know? So I don't know, like, I don't think it's that. So finally I went to my doctor and I was like, look, on top of, hi, cappuccino. Guess my dog's right there in the hallway. On top of having like all the stuff from perimenopause, which is not fun, I'm having this pain. So I told her, and that was on Monday or Tuesday. I think Monday. Oh, I saw her Monday. And so she asked me a bunch of questions, and she did an exam, and she thinks on the backs of my ankles I have bone spurs. But the rest of it is not related to that. So she's testing me for inflammation, obviously, lupus, arthritis, she's testing my thyroid, which my thyroid always comes back normal. My blood work almost always comes back normal, and that's real typical with fibromyalgia people. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning. I do have fibromyalgia. I've had it since 2000. Well, I was diagnosed in 2003. But it's been in remission for a really, really long time. I'll have like little bouts of issues, and I know it's something that I did, like eating stuff I'm not supposed to usually would cause that. But then I can put it right back into remission because I know how to handle it. And, but I feel like going into perimenopause has caused it to come back out. Because fibromyalgia kind of like works where you have pain, and then like if you get it into remission, things stressful events will bring it out. And let me tell you, perimenopause is stressful. And then we've had like some really stressful stuff going on in my house. Oh, that's the fan back there. I thought it was a hair. We've had some really stressful events going on with family members, which are better now, but I'm on the other side of it. And then I got not really taking care of myself this whole time, dealing with that. And so, I don't know. I hope all the blood tests just come back like, no, you don't have arthritis, you don't have lupus, which, oh my gosh, I would not want that. You wouldn't, you don't have any inflammation, like there's just nothing going on with you, which means it's fibromyalgia, because fibromyalgia is not detectable with blood. Sorry if you hear that noise. My washer's like right there in the next room. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Just waiting. I called the lab and I was like, do y'all have my blood test? Because I'm waiting on these blood tests to come back. And they usually would, so in the past they would give me my blood tests like one at a time as they were ready, and I would see them. And then, as the next ones were ready, they would come in. And so this time I haven't gotten any of my blood tests back at all. And so I called them and I was like, hey, are my blood tests done, or when are they going to be back? And they were just like, oh yeah, most of them are back already, and we're just waiting on one. And I was like, oh, so the ones that are ready, y'all aren't going to send those out yet? And they were like, no, we're going to send them all together. We don't do that anymore. And I was like, but I liked the other way. But I don't know. Maybe it's just this one time with the kinds of tests that I had done. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm waiting. She said it could be Monday. So I went to have all the blood drawn on Monday after the appointment. And then they messed up on the lupus test. So that one has to be frozen or refrigerated or something. And that didn't happen. So I had to go back Tuesday and get more blood drawn. So I'm over it. But I know there's worse things to have, but like, I've always been proud of my strength, particularly like silly things. Okay, like with this hand, I can open jars like nobody's business. And I'm right-handed, but I open jars with my left, which I didn't know was not normal. But yeah, like even sometimes when my husband can't get it open, I could get it open. I'm like the master at opening jars. And, just turning things, and I can't anymore because this whole area right here hurts so bad. If I just do something the wrong way, it's like the pain is here, but it spreads like this. And it's on both hands, but it like moves around. It's really hard to explain. So like the pain was here, and then it started moving into this finger, and right now it's in this whole area. So, and then my right hand, it's like all the, see, just doing that is hurting this. Anyway, I'm just frustrated. I just want to know what to do about it. So the other thing is, my doctor was like, look, I really think this is fibromyalgia stuff. And hey, someone gave me a thumbs up and then took it away. That's so rude. My doctor was like, I really feel like this is fibromyalgia, mixed with perimenopause, just hormones. My ligaments, tendons are all just in disarray right now. So she was like, what do you normally do for your fibromyalgia? And I was like, well, I juice celery. It's like when I juice celery, I feel really good. And I started trying that because like everybody was juicing celery and raving about it. And I was like, okay, boy, did it work. I mean, I don't know why I stopped. Well, I guess I stopped because juicing is a pain, but, and I do have a really nice juicer. It's just, I don't like cleaning it. But I was like, well, when I juice celery, I feel really good. And she's like, well, then get to juicing. Do whatever you normally do to feel better with fibro. So I was like, okay. So in the past, before 2018, so from 2010 to 2018, I was pescatarian. But for some reason, when I started perimenopause, I was like, I need meat right now. Like, I need chicken. And so I started eating chicken again. Boy, do I love chicken. But when you have fibro and really any kind of connective tissue issue, is that tissue issue? You can have a lot of pain, a lot of extra pain when you have too much protein via animals. So I have cut out chicken again and going back to just fish. So I'm pescatarian again. I mean, like, day one was today. So I was still eating eggs, but I think I'm gonna cut eggs out too, actually. Just for a little while. I don't know about eggs. Like, I can't decide if they're good or bad. There's just so many conflicting stuff. And I'm not talking about like the old stuff where they were like, it raises your cholesterol. I'm like, look, I don't have cholesterol problems. I never have. But yeah, I need to go back to my old way of eating. And I was a lot healthier and a lot thinner. So another issue I've been having is like the weight gain. So after I started eating chicken, I gained a lot of weight. It started with 10 pounds and then it went to 15 pounds and now it's 20 pounds. So but I'm also in perimenopause, so they kind of go together. So I'm gonna get protein for sure because it's important, but especially in this stage of life. But I'm not gonna get it from chicken anymore, and probably not eggs. So I'm probably gonna do a lot of plant-based protein and fish. Probably like I used to eat fish like 3 times a week before, and I was fine. I don't know about now. I might need it more often, but probably I'll just do a lot of plant-based stuff and juicing. So I got my juicer back out and I'm gonna do that. If I could have any juicer in the world, it'd be the new one though, the Nama, where you don't even have to cut your fruit up. You just stick it in there and it's over. It takes care of it for you. So, but it's like really expensive. Anyway, I think that's everything that's been going on with my health. It's a lot, I know. I was going to say also I have been exercising. I had stopped exercising and then we got like a bunch of this free equipment and put it in one of the rooms. And so I was doing the treadmill, but that was hurting my ankles too. But we have an elliptical, which is so weird. I can be on that thing for a long time and my ankles don't feel any pain at all, which I love. And then I started doing, what's it called? Wall Pilates. I saw those ads on Instagram like constantly for wall Pilates. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to pay for it, but I'll try it. So I found a video on YouTube and I did that and I was like, this is amazing. I love this. And I do not like being on the floor. Never. I've never liked floor exercises, but this is so fun. And it feels so good to stretch out like that. Like I never want to lose that ability as I grow older to move around and stretch, because it's like, it's really scary as, you know, you get into these older years to think that you won't be able to move around as much. And I'm like, that is not going to be me. I refuse to do that. And so like last week I saw this guy getting out of his car and he was probably like 75. He dressed like he was 15, but he was probably like 75, and he got out of his car and his movements, I kid you not, when he was walking, he was probably walking like that far on his steps. And so I was like, Uh-oh, my phone's gonna die. I was like, why does that happen? Because I see that all the time with old people. And so I Googled it, and it says it's lack of movement that happens. And I was like, I will not. Lack of movement is not gonna be me. I'm not gonna sit there all day. I'm not gonna let that happen to me. So I think the wall Pilates is really, really good for that, and to help keep the body stretched out and everything. And it's really easy. I don't do the complicated moves. I do this one that's for beginners I found on YouTube. And so anyways, I really like it, and I'll keep doing that because I'm losing muscle mass. I can see it. I hate it. And it's a lot harder to put back on the older you are, which I'm learning. And it's just not fun. Anyways, so that's all. Hello to the one person who's there. I can't see. I don't know if there's any chats happening. Top chat. Let's see. I'm learning. I'm sorry. I've never done this. Okay, it's literally just telling me what chats are. I'm like, well, thank you. Anyway, I can't see any chats, so. But yeah, thank y'all, you, whoever sees this, for joining me. And maybe I'll do this again later. All right, love y'all. Bye.